this ring because it symbolizes both failed relationships and bad values.
100%, Steve. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about, but shut up.
She does have some things she needs to work on. You know, her language. Melissa, we forced you to go through another date with Chris. You took it upon yourself to decide to leave it where it lies. I need you to choose where we go from here.
I liked Chris the best, but I dumped him.
I'm gonna go talk to Chris. I'm gonna try to win him back. And tonight, past relationships. Exes.
Him exes. Oh my God. I hate this ex. There's no way.
So I'm Elizabeth's ex.
Yes.
You may have heard about me.
There you go.
It started turning into a competition.
I flew a really long way to spend some time with you. And I'd love to do that.
She was cool until you came.
So you've been here before me, so it lies on you, homeboy.
I'm not about to deal with this. I'm not. I don't know who tweeted up to come here, but he should have stayed where he was at.
My name's Steve Ward, and I'm one of the most successful matchmakers in the country. Nobody knows single women like I do. The lonely, the clueless, the needy. I can tell by the look on your face, your clothes, your body language. I know what they're thinking. And if you follow my rules, I guarantee I can and will find you the man of your dreams. But that's only if you can take my tough love. Ladies, will you come down here, please? Week 8 of boot camp is all about exes. Emotional baggage can ruin your future relationships. So I want to see if these women can reconcile their past with their present. Past relationships. Exes.
I'm like, great. Him exes.
We address this at every boot camp. But this time, because we're in New Orleans, I want to do it differently. Voodoo dolls. Well, I want you to take these dolls and use these pins to remove your pain. Using these voodoo dolls is a symbolic way to exorcise your demons. It's like punching a pillow. I hope it helps the women get over any lingering pain in their love lives left from past relationships. Who wants to start?
Mostly every guy that I've dated, they did the same thing to me, basically over and over. They tell me dreams, they tell me lies. So I'm instead of you because you hurt me. And I just feel like all people are going to do me the same thing. I am thinking about a guy that I dated that hurt me, which is all of them, really. And this is why I have trust issues.
Who else?
I never wanted to have a child without being married to his father because I didn't have that. I tried to work it out with my son's father and it didn't work. But then I moved on to another guy who I trusted with my son and my heart to get a fresh start. And so I just want to stab him in the heart because I even gave you more than one chance to prove to me that you were going to do right by me and my son. And you did, because even to this day, my son still asks about him.
It's different when you have someone else to look after. So it's like when I go into a relationship with a guy or the actions that I do, it's not just affecting me, it's affecting my son too. And it was just like a lot for me to just handle.
Thank you, Danielle. That's the most you've shared since you've been here. I'm proud of Danielle for going so deep and opening up. I had no idea when things didn't work out with her son's father that she turned to a guy who made her lose trust in men in general. It sounds like she has a lot of baggage she needs to unpack. And so do the other ladies.
All the relationships I have had always ended with the person just walking out and not explaining why.
Saying he wanted to marry me, asking my mom for my hand in marriage, and then just like never coming through.
Elizabeth, you want to go?
I'm scared my thoughts.
I'm thinking of my ex, Paul, who I thought was the love of my life, the guy I was going to marry, the one I gave up my family for, and God, this is the guy that hurt me, and this is the guy that took my rings back.
This is for giving up my family for a guy. And after I waited around 2 years for his divorce to be finalized, he gave me these rings, but one night he extra them back. I just went nuts and I tried to get it out of his pockets and take it. And cops came. They said, we're gonna take you down and arrest you.
I've done so well in my life to hide everything and deal with it and be strong. And then here I'm just so broken down and
I don't even want to touch it, please.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I told you this was going to be tough, but my mother and I brought you here because we knew that you can prevail. You have to find a way to come to grips with all that has happened to you. I want you to join me out front, take in a traditional jazz funeral processional. The music's sad, but it's uplifting. Remember and let go. Let's go outside and watch. There's one more beat to this procession. It's time for the girls to meet some special guests. They're exes. Ladies have made a lot of progress, but in the real world, you could run into your ex at any time. It's one thing to take your frustrations out on a voodoo doll, but another to have to face them head on.
We're all wiping our tears, holding on to each other. All of a sudden, you always know something's up with Steve. I look to my right, I just see this guy from like far away. I'm like, oh boy, what is he doing here?
First up, Stephanie's ex-boyfriend Jesse, who left her when she asked for a committed relationship.
Oh my God.
For a woman who's husband hungry, this guy is pure junk food.
I look to my right and I see Stephanie on the ground and I'm like, oh my God. And we all looking, that's her ex. Like, why is he here?
And we've been on and off for over 10 years. We have recently tried to get back together again, but I mean, still, these emotions are still there with him.
So Steve stripped away your makeup and then put you out there with some nice, clean-cut guy.
It's just different than what I'm used to. Jesse definitely knows a lot about my insecurities. He's been with me when I was extremely insecure about the way that I looked. You know, it's been brought up a lot that I'm hiding behind the hair and the makeup.
And if somebody looks at you up because you have dark eye makeup on, not worth it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion anyway.
Stephanie latched on to this guy because she had low self-esteem. All Jesse's doing is bringing that back up, so it's time for her to let go of those insecurities. Next up is Danielle's ex, Kevin. He's the father of their son, and they share the task of raising him. I want to be sure that she's completely moved on, though, so that any new man in her life won't feel uncomfortable around him.
I guess I was kind of feeling maybe like nervous. Because I'm thinking like, why would you come? Like, this has nothing to do with our son. This has to do with me.
I'm bringing in Donna's ex, Michael.
Oh my God.
And Melissa's old crush, Jeff, for a visit. Both of these girls have been super picky, so it's helpful for me to see who they once found attractive.
And I just pray it's not the person that I think it is.
Shalana only broke things off with her ex, Omar, just a few months before boot camp started.
Why?
She says things ended amicably, but because the breakup is so fresh, I'm hoping there are no hard feelings.
I'm like, give me strength, because I know this is going to be one long night.
You're probably tripping out that I came.
It's awkward, huh?
So no.
Only I'm allowed to be awkward here.
Yeah.
The conversation is sort of at a lull, so I feel like I should help.
He's a very handsome gentleman named Aubrey. I don't want to talk about this. Oh, boy.
Interesting.
He's really good looking.
Apparently, that was bad timing.
It's sort of like one.
I'm appalled right now.
Why?
You be pretty stupid. Well, that's what I tell a lot of women. I tell a lot of women, they're stupid.
Omar from jump, once he came, he was acting like an ass. I was trying to keep my composure, but I'm a very emotional person, and I just wasn't comfortable being around him.
Looks like things were getting a little too close for comfort for a few of the ladies. This could be a tougher day than I thought. Next is Elizabeth's most recent ex, Paul. Their relationship was volatile, to say the least. But Paul spoiled her rotten. And even now, it seems he'll spare no expense to try to win her back.
Look at the roses.
I know, is that your ex?
Paul shows up, and this is the guy who I just stabbed the voodoo doll with. This is the guy that hurt me. I'm just like, oh, and I just broke down.
Marty, come down here.
It's like a bush staring.
You can handle this. You can handle this.
I'm trying to show Steve I'm strong, but there's only so much I can suppress. What am I supposed to do at this point? I didn't know whether to hug him or punch him. I really thought I was gonna get arrested again.
Coming up on Tough Love New Orleans.
Oh my God, they're new dates here.
What's up, bro?
I was shocked. How am I gonna do this? What am I gonna do?
I just can't do this.
And later, you were so easily controlled.
I'm trying to work with you.
I'm
I'm the one who I feel like I'm getting picked on. Me for having a relationship. Paul shows up with roses and a smile. I'm like, oh my God. I can't even move. And I'm just like, let me be strong. Let me be strong.
You know how hard it is to get roses down here? I figured you should have some flowers in the room. I thought they'd be a happy memory for you.
I'm hurting, just remembering everything. And you always think the last person you're with, you can't find better.
It's been tough.
however you want it. You know I'll be there.
I can't believe you're here. I'm so up right now.
I'm shocked. All it took was some roses, and Elizabeth seems to be swept back into her past. I'm concerned. Will she let these old feelings return, or show Paul that it will take more than gifts to win her heart?
So, like, what is your situation here? You don't have exes. Like,
Jeff is the biggest crush of my life. Steve, this is my type.
You used to always ask me to go for drinks, and we never went.
again, that's me just not following through.
Or is that you being like, oh, let's just be friends? Because I'm like, oh, he likes me.
Yeah, it's terrible. I guess it is my way of like saying probably just be friends.
I used to have a big crush on Jeff, but it's over now because I don't want to waste my time on someone who's not into me.
I've been going on dates. There's a guy who did really like me. I sort of turned him down, but then you know how you learn from your mistakes, and I dated someone else, and I sort of really feel like I'm better.
I'm talking to Jeff, and I realize I miss Chris.
So we're trying to see if we can get him back.
I'm proud of Melissa. She was straightforward with Jeff and didn't tiptoe around what could have been a pretty awkward situation. Last but not least, there's Despina. No one came for you.
Okay.
Unfortunately, being the man-eater that she is, all the men that were in her life felt so chewed up that none of them wanted to come. So, she'll be flying solo tonight. The only thing I can ask you to do is go in the house and join the others.
Okay.
I didn't have an emotional connection with anybody. There's nobody that I reminisce about and look back and say, oh my God.
So you met anybody you like?
Have I met anybody I like?
Yeah.
I met somebody, like, it was different because I'm not, like, just trying to, like, date or whatever no more. I'm trying to, like, actually be in a relationship because I've been single for 2 years.
Obviously, whoever you end up with is going to be around KJ, so I'm like, well, I can support that.
It was almost like he wasn't my son's father, like I was meeting a new guy. I'm like, this is like an adult, like he's a man now, and he's like, acting like a man. Like, it felt like really good.
I can dig it. You both done some maturing?
Thank goodness.
Amen. Church.
Amen for Danielle being open and direct with Kevin. Now that they're finally establishing a grown-up friendship, hopefully it will help Danielle be ready to move on when she one day meets her Mr. Right.
Oh, my God.
Hold a second. It's time to give the girls yet another surprise. Their dates. This challenge will be the ultimate trial by fire to see how well they can juggle their past with their present.
Oh my God, I see Aubrey run upstairs. It's like, oh God, here we go.
What's up? I know you want. Is this the gentleman? How you doing?
Oh.
What's up, bro? Omar.
Aubrey.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I was shocked. I'm trying, like, to be able to deal with this under pressure.
You can go do what you gotta do. I am here to do what I have to do.
Here goes Omar, making me look stupid.
Oh my God. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, my insides were like burning. I'm like, how am I gonna do this?
So I'm Elizabeth's ex.
Yes.
A number of years you may have heard about me.
I could already feel the tension. I said, what am I gonna do?
I just can't do this. This is just so weird.
And then Carl's like, whoa, wait. I need her for a minute first. And it started turning into like a competition. Like I spent 5 years with this guy.
Spent the same with nice.
He's coming back right now.
I can feel him. But,
Hey, guys. Carl, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
I flew a really long way to spend some time with you, and I'd love to do that.
that's fine by me. It's up to you what you want to do.
Coming up on Tough Love New Orleans.
Man, you looking a little bad, dog. There's no
I'm
reason
mad that you got her crying like this.
I'm like, can somebody get him out of here?
And I'm like,
I'm not about to deal with this. I'm
I
not.
never hate on another brother, player.
I flew a really long way to spend some time with you, and I'd love to do that.
Paul was like, Elizabeth, can I talk to you for a minute, and taking me away from Carl? I'm like, God, this is really uncomfortable.
You want me to go with you?
Could you? Yeah. Or we could stay up here.
It's up to you. I respect whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you mind giving me some time?
Yeah, I'll give you about 5 minutes.
Thanks, sir. Maybe a little longer.
All right, you're fine.
Yeah, okay, great.
Rule number 88. Love is not a competition. Don't let guys play tug of war with your emotions. It's up to you to choose.
How's it going?
How you doing, Jeff?
John, nice to meet you. Hey.
Hi.
The evening has only just begun, and tensions are already running high. Stephanie's emotions have been stirred up by her ex, Jesse. But can she reassure John that they're still on track?
Who was he?
Jesse's my ex-boyfriend. Jesse and I have been on and off for 8 years. I was sick to my stomach because I needed, oh my God, the love of my life, and then this new guy who I'm like falling crazy in love with, and I'm like, for them to me, it's like two opposite worlds. I was just sick.
So where do you guys see you going?
Yeah, we're gonna try to make it work. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna finish camp. We're gonna hang out some after. I mean, that's my take on it. What's yours?
She'll leave. She'll be so uncomfortable, she'll finally give up and leave.
Jesse started asking John questions, and I was like definitely overwhelmed.
Today, I'm bringing back Chris for Melissa. This will be her third chance to make things right with him.
I don't want to say that, oh my God, I'm in this 100%, because right now I'm not.
Took some convincing to get him here, but hopefully she's at a place to finally appreciate what he has to offer.
Hi, Chris!
Oh, you guys are having a sweet reunion.
I'm not expecting this at all, but I'm genuinely excited to see Chris.
I'm really hesitant to come back, I guess. Just, you know, look how it ended, but I wanted to give it one last shot, I guess.
Chris seems a little confused. I should never have actually let him go. I have to give chances, which is something I don't usually do. And I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity for me to tell Chris my real feelings. I just would like you to continue the rest of the journey with me here.
Really?
And,
I did not go into this expecting to find someone that I had a real legitimate connection with.
Every time I see someone a bunch of times, I open up a little more, and I like them a little more, and that's the same case with Chris.
Listen, Boston, you need a plant. A kiss on the
Right
street.
now?
Yeah, do it now, do it now.
Me too.
Looks like Melissa's finally got those special tingles for Chris. But more importantly, I'm proud of how she admitted her mistakes and set things right. It looks like they might have a real shot.
Get on the little man. Get on it. Right. She's not a virgin anymore.
Now it's Danielle's turn to compare her past with a potential future with Corey.
Your situation wasn't as bad.
No, because me and my son's father are cool. We have a son. That's the only reason why we keep contact, and we're still cool, though. Like, I don't want my son to ever think that tension is what it has to be. It doesn't have to be like that. I'm not saying it's always going to be easy, but I'm learning, and I'm, you know.
I don't expect it to be easy because of the situation. Obviously, you have situations that you need to adjust.
I do.
That you need to fix. Because if you were the perfect girl, then you wouldn't be where you're at right now.
Corey made me feel comfortable. He seems really genuine, and, you know, he's a father figure. He has a daughter. Like, it's all these positive things, but I still had questions in my head about Kevin.
Do you want a drink?
No, I don't know. I don't.
Do you want me to get you any food or anything?
No, I just want to go home.
Omar and Shalana aren't dating or anything, but I feel like Omar thinks they are. I have no idea what's going on. But just think, he's just in the other room. He's not even talking to you.
He's mad because you said something about Aubrey, and I told him that I'm really sorry. Like, I'm not gonna hide how I feel about somebody for you. And ever since I told him that, he just changed.
They done put me on blast again.
I mean, look who you got sitting next to you.
Look at that handsome hunk of man right next to you.
You looking mighty sad down there, baby. Why? Cause you got it like that.
Nah, she was cool until you came.
She wasn't doing too good when I came, cause you been here before me, so it lies on you, homeboy.
Oh, man, you looking a little bit bad, dog.
I'm not mad.
I didn't hate on you, dog, so there's no reason you should hate on me.
You got her crying like this, though.
Oh, I do it.
Really?
You should never hate on another brother, player. I sure don't.
I never felt so humiliated, embarrassed, and I'm like, can somebody get him out of here?
I'm like,
I'm not about to deal with this. I'm not.
Hello.
Rule number 24, don't run from your problems. The more you try to avoid your past, the more it will haunt you.
All right, let's calm it down, because I don't do this over no broad never, dog. Stop.
That's cool. I don't do this on an everyday basis.
You're doing it right now, dog.
Yeah,
You're doing it right now, dog.
We can go at it all
You're
day
doing it
long,
right
boy.
now, dog. All the fellas can see.
Omar is that sits at the bottom of a barrel. That's what he is.
Like, he was driving me insane. I don't know why didn't he come from jump. I don't know who put him up to come here, but he should have stayed where he was at.
At the end of the day, it's about me and you, not about him.
It's time Shalana act like a grown woman and not a child. Aubrey stayed by her side, and she's too immature to appreciate it.
Why don't you get to know him, see what he's like?
Sure, happy to do it.
I
felt like I was being pulled in my ex's direction. I felt like I was being pulled in Carl's direction. It was just very weird.
I could care less if he flew from China.
Okay.
I mean, if I limited time together, I'm not going to let him steal that.
I mean, I like attention, but I don't need that attention. It was so uncomfortable. Yeah. It was getting a little too hot in there. My insides were like burning. There was too many emotions going back and forth. I couldn't take it.
May I borrow her? Again?
No. Come on, can I borrow it for 1 second though before you don't mind?
Okay.
1 second before you leave. I apologize.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Let's go outside. Let's just nice out. Let's just get away from this.
I'm sure Paul was probably confident when he was coming here. And now the fact that there is a guy that I am talking to and seeing, I know he knows now. Holy I feel like both of you are like, whose are bigger, like in there.
100%. I don't need to measure. You have been and are always a very large part of me.
Of course, when Paul came, I'm like drawn to that. It's tough. You know, and you want to remember the good times. But my heart breaks because I didn't know what to do.
You know I love you. Always will. Almost no matter what. Would you like me to go or stay?
Coming up on Tough Love New Orleans.
I never wanted him to be like me without a father.
I was thinking in my head like I wanted a redo.
I'm really worried about what's going to happen when all of you leave here. There's only one way for me to find out. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna flip the script.
You know I love you. Always will. Almost no matter what.
Elizabeth is at a crossroads and has to make a decision. If she's feeling uncomfortable, she can't let Paul control what she does.
Would you like me to go or stay?
Yeah, somebody had to leave at this point. I couldn't take it. It wasn't healthy for me. There was too many emotions going back and forth, so I made a decision.
I know it's hard, 'cause I'm standing where you are.
I'm just saying it's better this way.
That's the right thing to do.
Love is a battle to be fought.
I just need some kind of healthy environment and lifestyle for myself. Because I'm going to get nowhere in life if I stick to what I'm used to. And that's Paul. I have to give someone else a chance. I have to give myself a chance.
Elizabeth may have finally shown Paul the door, but I'm still not convinced she's completely closed this chapter. Meanwhile, it looks like Stephanie's also having a hard time letting go.
Do you see any kind of future with him? I mean, or you don't know. I mean, he said he's kind of one way or the other, whatever. So you think maybe you might get back with him again, or is it done, or?
This and I have just been on and off for 10 years, okay?
I mean, if you're constantly on and off, wouldn't it be by now like it's done?
Jesse knows me more than anybody, and that was probably the best person that could be here for me, and I was just like so confused. Jesse's the one ex-boyfriend that never hurt me. I hurt him.
Stephanie's holding on to the past so tightly that she's got John all choked up. If she can't make a clean break from Jesse, then John just might have to walk away.
I've always lived in Manhattan. I grew up in New York. Like, I can't ever imagine living anywhere else. And so I just want you to know that I would move somewhere for the right person.
I would be on the same page.
Really?
Yeah.
Or to be fun. You're fun.
Kudos to Donna. She took a chance putting her feelings on the line, and it paid off.
Nate.
And after all the drama this evening, it looks like there's more than one bright spot. Some hope from Melissa and Chris.
I got vagina tingles. I got vagina tingles. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I hear angels. Ah! The vagina whisperer has come for me.
I'm excited for Melissa. It looks like bringing back someone from her past has made her realize she needs to focus on her present. But for Danielle, it seems to be stirring up some unresolved feelings.
Bye, boo. The whole day, I didn't feel any, like, real emotion. And I guess it never really dawned on me until, like, you know, everybody's gone. And then I just kind of felt like everything just started coming down on me.
Is Danielle okay?
I never wanted him to be like me without a father in his life.
I met Kevin, and I just felt like if I could do it all over again, I would have tried a whole lot harder. And through all these years, I've never even paid attention to it. It's kind of like an emotion, I guess, that I must have just been pushing back automatically, but it was just hard. We're two strong personalities, you know what I'm saying? And he always says that it didn't work out because of that. And so now, it's 7 years later, I don't know, it just came to a realization today, like, for real.
She's kind of like in a hard spot because these feelings were stirring up, but she's afraid to ever say anything because she doesn't want to ruin the situation that she has with him.
Realistically, if he was to say be with me, would you be with him?
I've known him for 10 years. He knew me when I was a kid. Like, it's different. It's almost like I was thinking in my head like I wanted a redo. I wish I could go back to being 19 when I found out I was pregnant so I can try harder to keep our family together instead of just saying, you know what, it ain't gonna work.
Does he love you back? Did he say anything?
If I was to tell him how I feel, he could feel the same way. I never ask any of that because I guess I'm too scared to see if he's gonna say yes or no. Like, this hurts so bad right now. Like, I haven't even cried over this situation since my son was like 1. I just kind of push it back.
Just get it out.
I have no idea who'll be in the hot seat this week because we were all so emotional and we had our exes and our new guys at the same time, so I don't know. It was hard to even pay attention to anyone else at that time.
Good evening, ladies. When I see someone around an ex, I learn a lot. How you handle him being here, how you juggle being with him and your date. But most importantly, whether or not you've put the past in the past. Last night was an eye-opener. This is about closure. I wanted you to break your old habits and be able to form healthy, happy relationships. Now, I thought some of you had taken giant steps forward until last night. This week wasn't a total disaster, though. Much to my surprise, Melissa, you did the best.
Thank you.
Why do you think?
Because Chris came and I was genuinely happy to see him.
Good to see you have fun and relax and let your guard down. Would you like to see some feedback? Okay.
I came here not knowing what was going to happen, and I'm still kind of shocked.
How do you think she feels about you after tonight?
I hope she likes me. I hope she likes me.
What would give you an indication that she likes you?
She kissed me.
She kissed you?
Yeah.
All right, I need you to grade that kiss. A through F.
I'm going to say an A. A+.
Yay!
Good for you.
Chris is actually a really good kisser, and I'm glad I gave him a chance.
Good. You took the reins. You told Chris how you feel. You made a decision. You ran with it. And look at you. You're glowing. You're happy. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Danielle, how was your week?
Just talking to Kevin, like, and that was like the first time that we had a conversation that had nothing to do with our son, like a regular, meaningful conversation. So, like everybody else was meeting them, it was like I was meeting somebody new too. So it kind of just threw me for a total loop I was not expecting.
Let's take a look.
It's been a long time since me and Danielle dated, but at this point in the relationship, things are going great. I want to keep it completely positive and, on the right track so we can both take, really good care of our son and do what's really best for him. I really believe that she's moving forward and becoming a, more mature and a better person overall.
Why are you so emotional?
I don't know if it's just I'm like thrown for a loop that he actually cares more about me than I thought he did, and he's never voiced it, or is it like, do I still love him? Like, I don't really know. Like,
The fact is, he came here to support you.
I understand that, but it just doesn't go away. I'm sorry. When you have kids with somebody, it just does not go away. Like, I just feel like we didn't try hard enough.
Coming up on Tough Love New Orleans, you were so easily controlled.
I'm trying to work with you. I'm the one who I think I'm getting picked on. Me for having a relationship.
Why are you so emotional?
I just feel like we didn't try hard enough. If I could do it all over again, I definitely would have tried harder.
Yeah, but see, Danielle, he's moved on.
I know.
Okay, and you just gotta accept it. Gotta let go. Corey is somebody who has been respectful, and he's done nothing but the right thing. I want you to see some feedback. Hopefully you can appreciate that, because nothing's changed in your life as a result of yesterday. You show up, Danielle's ex is here. How do you think Danielle handled it?
I think she handled herself well.
Do you feel like you're really starting to fall for this girl?
You know what, actually I am.
All right.
Like, up until this point, I was clear and I knew exactly what I wanted. I was moving forward. I feel like I wouldn't even want to even come to Corey right now, like, with this emotion that I have.
These emotions will sort themselves out, Danielle. You got a beautiful life ahead of you. Just think about your future and stop thinking about your past. Calm yourself down. Take some time to reflect on these things. You'll be fine, okay? Stephanie, what the heck?
It was a very tough situation for me to be in. It really was a tug of war between my emotions.
You went right back into that person that you were before you got here and really made John uncomfortable. See Jesse's feedback. How did you think Stephanie looked tonight?
It's a little different for me.
Were you surprised to see that she made a connection with someone else?
Yes. He's the complete opposite of me. Everything about him, you know? That's why I say it'll never work.
You don't think this is gonna make her happy?
Mm-mm.
Would you still be interested in seeing her again?
Yeah, I'd still date her. She doesn't like the fact that I'm free to do what I want. She wants to be, like, full-on committed or nothing at all.
I'm pretty sure that he still thinks he can still have you.
I know.
I would recommend you surrounding yourself by guys like John.
I'm trying to, but I didn't think guys like John would like girls like me.
You made John squirm like a fish on a hook. Let's take a look. Are you concerned at all as to whether or not she may still have feelings for him?
Several of the things that the ex-boyfriend said, you know, he seems like he still has feelings for her. So how do I know what exactly is 100% accurate?
Would you say that you've started to fall in love with her?
It's leaning that way, you know.
I hope that makes you feel good.
It does. It really does.
This guy, Jesse, doesn't have a fraction of the character that John does.
Last night was a big step up, which made me feel a lot better, and it knocked down another wall that I had.
As far as I'm concerned, you're together. Do me a favor and concentrate on the rest of your time here on not pushing him away. This is not about best. This is not about worse. This is about a lot of questions that I have that need to be answered. You know what time it is. Watch Best Moments and my episode commentary from tonight's episode on your phone, tablet, or PC at toughlove.vh1.com. This is not about best. This is not about worse. This is about a lot of questions that I have that need to be answered. And that's why, Elizabeth, come up here. Tell me what happened.
I don't know. I just couldn't even think straight last night. He knew how to get me by coming here with these flowers, and because they mean so much to me, because they were only given on happy times.
Did you think that his flowers were a little manipulative?
I thought he was here to support me. I thought he was here to, like... Why are you looking at me like that?
You were so easily controlled.
Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm trying to work with you. I'm the one who I feel like I'm getting picked on. Me for having a relationship, a 5-year relationship, and these girls, some of them didn't have, and I'm getting screwed, and I'm being hussy when I think I've done the most progress. Yeah, okay, roll your eyes.
I want you to stop for a second, okay? Let's compare these two guys. I want you to see what they have to say. So I want to start with Paul's feedback, okay? Watch what he had to say. So do you think that you guys are actually a good fit for one another?
I do.
She has a connection with somebody else now. How does that make you feel?
Doesn't bother me one bit.
Does she have the means to support herself?
She's particularly crafty. When she needs to, she will be able to do whatever she needs to do.
I don't understand crafty.
I get the impression that he knows that you're attracted to him for his money. That's why you're sitting here. She's gonna get on that plane, she's gonna come home, she's gonna have no options, and she'll be right back in a relationship with me. Watch.
I can't.
I know where it comes from, Elizabeth. Don't think I don't. I know exactly where it comes from. Your parents gave you everything you wanted. If you did what they tell you. You don't do what they tell you, they pull it all out from under you. This guy's the same way. There's a difference between supporting you and controlling you. Carl supports you. He'll support you through anything. You want to see what Carl had to say?
Yes.
Did you get the feeling that Elizabeth still has feelings for him?
I did get a feeling of that. You know, when you get out of a long-term relationship, especially 5 years, and that's a lot of anybody's life. This guy, I think, has caused a lot of insecurity. Just because he's controlling, I could see just the way he kind of acted.
Is Elizabeth worth fighting for?
Oh, without doubt.
You have to understand why I fear that when you leave here, you're going to fall right back into what you were in.
And I'm praying this boot camp really, really makes me strong, because I think I've come a long way. And I want you to give me credit for telling him to leave. I'm trying.
The support that you found here will always be there for you. Just because you go home doesn't mean my mom and I are going to forget about you. Girls, we're not going to forget about you. All I want to know, regardless of what happens between you and Carl, you will not go back to that relationship. Promise me?
Yes.
You're not here because you did bad. You're here because I had questions, okay? You're Doing great. This week, some of you took a step back. I'm really worried about what's going to happen when all of you leave here. You're just going to fall back into your old ways. There's only one way for me to find out. I'm gonna flip the script. Tomorrow morning, you're all going home for a couple days. And you're going to take your dates with you.
I was happy because I was going to see my son, but I was mortified because I didn't know if I wanted to bring my date home.
Please make me proud, girls. Next week on Tough Love New Orleans.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You serious with my daughter?
Already gonna step up to the plate and be a stepdad.
I'm hoping like everyone could come tonight.
Do you want to continue to wait, or should we get started?
It's crazy. Would you ever think that we would ever be able to rekindle like what